What's up, motherfuckers? Woody Woo here, and welcome to Words from Woody Woo Take 9. Today in world news, in China, a man gets an 11-pound piece of shit removed from himself. A 27-year-old male, whose identity is being withheld at this time, went to a hospital in China complaining of a severe stomach ache. Now, this was only the last out of many, many doctor's visits about these stomach aches. Apparently, he's been having these stomach aches for about 10 years. Every time the doctors look into it, they can't figure out what it is. They're baffled about what's causing these stomach issues. The 27-year-old male walks into the hospital complaining about a stomach ache. It turns out this 27-year-old male had a medical condition where the colon muscles are paralyzed and the colon itself ends up swelling. It actually swells to double the size of a regular colon with this condition. The condition's name, and excuse my speech impediment here, fellas, but the condition is called congenital megacolon.
What?
Congenital megacolon. And this condition is usually caught on early in life. I mean, it's sad, but most infants that have this disease only last a couple weeks. However, there is an operation where they can take out that part of the colon. This male did not have it done, however. They only removed the 11-pound stool that had been building up for 10 years. I'm sorry, guys, but that's a lot of goddamn shit. How the hell are you constipated for that much? I mean, I know he was only pushing out them little rabbit nuggets and shit, but god damn, 10 years constipated. That's crazy. Also in world news, in Detroit, an old-timer likes to play pranks on people with a body in a yard. Wonderful Halloween spirit. Laretha Haddon, excuse my speech impediment once again, the correct spelling will be up there, 55 years old, has been pulling the same Halloween prank for the past 20 years. Every morning, she wakes up, she makes her coffee, and then she takes the body and places it different locations around her property. Now, when I say body, I mean a stuffed dummy. You know what I mean? She takes a stuffed dummy and she places it in different locations every day throughout her yard, face down. That way, it appears to be a dead body. Now, she's been doing this for 20 years, but this year, it has caught so much attention by onlookers and gawkers and all kinds of shit. The police has been called multiple times. Even though this poor woman, 55 years old, she does this because, out of hard times, it's nice to do something that will make you smile and make others smile. And plus, her husband's birthday falls on Halloween, so they go all out for the month of October. The police do keep showing up to her residence because of people calling about a dead body just laying face first. Now, she takes the proper precautions, and she actually contacts the local police department, the ambulance department, any emergency service, and she lets them know about the prank prior to doing it. However, she loves to stare out the window and watch as people walk by in complete fear of the dead body. There's even been people run up to the body, flip it over, and go do CPR until they look down into the face of the dummy. I love it. It just comes to show you that Halloween isn't just for kids. Happy Halloween. In Norwood, Ohio, Cody Jackson, 19 or 20 years old, was on house arrest for abduction type charges. And as he was on this house arrest, he was still abducting females. Alright, look. Let me say it like this. Cody here, he's on house arrest, you know what I mean? So he can't leave. So he gets on Facebook, type. He finds a 14-year-old female. And, they talk and they do this. And it gets to the point where she trusts him. So he ends up sending a taxi over to her house and picking her up for about 3 months. For 3 months, he was sending the taxi over there every other day, picking her up. He'd bring the 14-year-old to his apartment where he was on house arrest and was being monitored by the ankle bracelet. Now, when they met up and she came over to his apartment, they had sexual intercourse. Now, this continued for 3 months, so on and so on. When one day late in March, he refused to let her go. Just out of nowhere, you're not going home. Now, over all this time, she ended up getting pregnant. You know what I mean? And now he's not letting her go. Now, this is when shit gets really bad. You know what I mean? She has the ass, the bathe, shit, poo, all that nonsense. You know what I mean? The man took a young kid and is totally taking advantage of her. You know what I mean? She wasn't allowed to refuse to have sex. She had to ask to even contact her family members. And on top of that, she wasn't even allowed to sing any song that a male sung. Now, this continues and continues. And like I said, he's on house arrest. Well, during the abuse of the 14-year-old, his baby's mama comes in and moves in with the two. Well, of course, Cody, being Cody, he abuses that bitch too. You know what I mean? Where's the parents of his 14-year-old? And you know what I mean? Like, come the fuck on. Anyway, she moves in. The baby's mom moves in. She gets abused as well. Sometime in August, the two females actually escaped together. What happened was, Cody went to court and he pleaded guilty to unrelated charges. When he did this, they ended up removing the ankle bracelet and whatnot. And when he was released, he fled the state. And that's when the two escaped. However, it did not stop there. You know what I mean? Even though he wasn't with these two, the Facebook harassment continued. He continued to fucking harass the two on fucking Facebook. He kept asking for nude photos. If they didn't provide the nude photos via internet, he was going to come kill them. You know what I mean? So these girls was terrified. You know what I mean? They knew what he was capable of, so they sent the photos. Now, on October 8th, Cody was picked up. Cody was arrested in Utah and is currently being held. It is not known how the females contacted the police or when, but the story has been released. This guy is sick, and it just goes to show you, GPS doesn't do shit. The police have more technology. They could do more with it, and they ain't. Let's move it on over to local news. October 16th, Baltimore, Maryland. Witnesses point the finger at said drug dealer. Michael A. Ramoto, 38 years old, was identified by two witnesses saying that he is a heroin supplier. Ramoto was identified by two witnesses that said Ramoto supplied Brooke Simmers with heroin that later on killed her. Her father, Kevin Simmers, a former Hagerstown Police Department officer, said Brooke was found in her car in a church parking lot near Hagerstown, Maryland. Now, Ramoto was aware of the heroin killing Brooke. He didn't give a fuck. He continued making money. He continued selling the dope. However, the Honorable Judge Timothy Sullivan has ordered Ramoto to remain in federal custody until the court date. The indictment alleges the three, including Remoto, conspired to distribute drugs, aka heroin. So basically, he dealt drugs that Brooke used. She died off of them, and now he's being charged with that pretty much. You know what I mean? And it's going to be 10 times worse because her daddy was a former cop. So they're going to be trying to hang this motherfucker. In marijuana news, I gotta be frank. There's not a lot going on in the marijuana world that's worth talking about on words from Woody Woo. So we're going to keep it nice and short. Oregon has recently become another U.S. state that has made marijuana legal for recreational use. This would make Oregon the third, I repeat, the third state within the United States that has said, hey, you can smoke marijuana as a recreational drug. As of October 1st, 2015, this went into action in Oregon. Now, for those that don't know anything else about the United States and which ones are recreational legal, number 2 would be Washington, and of course, number 1 is Colorado. This new policy in Oregon really hasn't had an effect on people. I mean, people really have acting like they don't care about it. Oh, you made it legal. Oh, well, good for you. Clap, clap, clap. I mean, it hasn't drawn much attention. I mean, believe it or not, you would think it would. I mean, but if you think about it, in Woody Woo's opinion, I mean, whether it's legal or not, the people that need it for medical use are going to use it because, hey, the people that need it for medical use, they look at it as a life necessity. I don't blame them. I mean, I agree with that. And for the people that use it recreationally, rather if it's just to calm down and relax after work or to relieve just regular everyday stress, they're going to smoke either way. I mean, nothing's wrong with marijuana. Whether the government approves it or not, my opinion stays the same. Alright, motherfuckers. Let's go ahead and move on to the dumbass of the week. I love this, and I know y'all love this. So let's go ahead and get the dumbass news started. In Fort Myers, Florida, police say a drug deal was not only bad, but it was terribly wrong. A Fort Myers woman of the name of Erin Clintz, age 35, got ripped off for $75 of marijuana. Upon being ripped off, she decided to call 911 dispatch. She called and told the 911 dispatch that she tried to purchase marijuana and the guy just took her money and she did not receive any product. However, when the police arrived at the said residence, they found the woman on the phone still with the 911 dispatch in the front yard waiting for the police. So the police handcuffed the woman and placed her in the back of the police cruiser. The reason behind the arrest was because once they arrived, she went on to explain the situation. She pointed to the house behind her and she said, the guy who lives here was supposed to give me weed. I gave him money and I got no product. Cops placed her in handcuffs, put her in the cruiser for misuse of a 911 call. They thought it was just, ridiculous what she was saying. You know what I mean? So she got arrested for the misuse of the 911 call. So the police proceed to take her, the burqa, and whatever for the misuse of the 911 call. They get to the station, they take her out, they take her in. Well, I don't know what you guys know about the police, but after each time they go and drop off a criminal, they gotta show us the vehicle. Well, they go to show us the vehicle, and guess what they find West in the seat? A bag of marijuana. Apparently, while she was back there, she had marijuana on her, and she tried to get rid of it so she wouldn't get charged with it. I don't know the whole fucking situation or what was going through her mind, but the guy at the house never received any criminal charges. However, because of her calling the police because of the said situation, she received a charge of 911 misuse and another misdemeanor of possession of marijuana. I don't know what people are thinking, but she could have just, apparently she had the marijuana. She had marijuana. You know what I mean? I don't know if she got ripped off or not, but either way, she ended her day with 2 misdemeanors. What a dumb bitch. What a dumb bitch. Now, we're going to do something a little different. It's usually only one dumbass of the week. But this week, because I don't have a lot on the local news, I'm going to give you 2 dumbasses of the week. Yeah, dumbass motherfuckers. So let's go with dumbass number 2. A 30-year-old female arrives at a driving school by the name of 911 Driving School. Again, this all takes place in Bellevue, Washington. Now, this 30-year-old female, this is only her 3rd lesson at the school. She goes there and she's actually driving today. Upon entering the vehicle, she starts it up. For some reason or another, she got the feet mixed up between the brake and the gas pedal, and she ended up going straight into the front of the driving school. When she did this, the Audi that she was driving went through the front window of the driving school, inside of the building, and as she went through the front of the building, she damaged vending machines and interior walls with the vehicle. The vending machines, the walls, and a matter of clocks were damaged by this accident. People, on the other hand, nobody was injured. Now, the driving school released a couple comments. I'm not going to be exact with it, but pretty much they said that because of the accident and because of it only being her 3rd time behind the wheel at the driving school, they're afraid that this accident is going to fuck up her confidence. They don't want her to discourage, and they do not hold her, they don't blame her. They're not mad at her about the incident. Instead, they're going to continue to teach her.
What?
They said that they're going to continue to give her lessons. I mean, the owner said, hey, mistakes happen. And the driving school will temporarily remain open as regular with a temporary new entrance. However, they do estimate a full recovery. Everything will be fixed within 3 weeks, and then they will open as normal. Now, because nobody was injured, and because the people didn't want to press charges or anything, no charges were pressed against the said woman. And I mean, hey, she made out. But goddamn, are you stupid? You actually went through the goddamn building, you stupid fucking bitch. People are fucking stupid. Well, motherfuckers, this is gonna wrap up Words from Woody Woo, take 9. You know what I mean? Tune back every week for 2 new videos. You know what I mean? It's either gonna be a video like this, a newscast, either a top 10, top 5 type video, or it might be a special edition when I'm talking about just one topic. So feel free, leave a comment down there in the comments section. You know what I mean? Hit the red button, wherever that is. You know what I mean? Subscribe. Tell your friends about this motherfucker named Woody Woo. You know what I mean? Share my page. Hit me up on my phone, Facebook and Twitter, all that. You know what I mean? I love all you motherfuckers. So get at me, and I get back. You know what I mean? However, the only thing I gotta leave y'all with is this. Love yourself for who you are. No matter what them haters say, love you for you. In the end, that's all you got. But don't be like them dickheads. Be nice. Be kind. I love you, motherfuckers. Woody woo. Out. And stay tuned on my channel because we're going to have some more Halloween related videos coming up very, very soon.